Alright guys, here we are, back again. Eagle here. So we're up to episode 6 now in our series. Last episode we finished off the mine up around the corner there. And I've planned out what we're doing for this episode. So, this area I flattened out a little bit. I may need to do a bit more landscaping later when we start building. But for now, the plan is to build an animal pen. So, I'm going to build it probably more like a stable, but I'm calling it an animal pen because it's not going to be just for horses. So over here I'm going to build some boxes just to keep the animals in, because that's going to take me a while, so I'm just going to be doing that. And then, yeah, so I'll get back to you when I've got just a mixture of animals. Ooh. So we're back from our adventure, and I've had a change of thought, I guess. So I've planned out some paths with just diorite blocks, because they stand out a lot. And I flattened out two areas, so we've still got this area, and then up here, I've also flattened out this area. So I was thinking, because I've ended up getting a lot more animals than I thought, so I'm still going to do that one, make it like a stable type thing, and then I'll do just actual animal pens up here. I've also flattened out this area up here, in case I didn't have enough room, but we'll see when we get to it. But I'll take you over to see what we've got. So I ended up finding a pack of horses and donkeys. So we got a lot. I can see like just 5 just right there. We've got most of the essential animals. We got sheep, we got cows, we got horses, we got donkeys. But I didn't see a single pig on this journey. Oh, we got chickens too. I didn't see a single pig, not one. So, I'm still going to make a pen for pigs, just not going to have any in it just yet, because I was searching for about an hour or so, and I've had enough of searching. So, I'm going to go to bed, and we'll get started on the stable first, I guess. Okay, so, I've gone back, I've grabbed a number of materials, mainly wood and stone. And we're going to get started on this stable. Now, I couldn't really decide if I wanted to do just a long structure or an L structure, but now that we're splitting the animals from the horses and the donkeys, I'm going to do an L structure, because I feel like a little open area where it's easy to maneuver horses around would be logical, I suppose. We're going to stick to the same style that we did with the house. But I want this to be more open and more air flowing through, because that's how stables are realistically. So, I'm just going to get started on a bit of a layout, I guess. So, I've planned out the layout. This is the way the L is going to be. And this corner, I'm not really going to be able to make into rooms, so I guess one of them is just going to be bigger, or I may make these two both a little bit bigger, and I don't know, we'll have to do something different with this corner though, because it won't work the same as all these. But, given so, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pens, and we got a lot more donkeys and horses that. So what I'm thinking is, we'll do another pen, just a 1x2, about right here. And that'll take us up to 7, and I think that would be enough. Hang on, I'll go check how many we have. So we've got 7 in total, so I was right about that. But I also want to try breeding them at one point, so I want to try and make it 9 somehow, but I don't know how. Unless we separated the donkeys and horses completely, but I don't really want to do that. So what I may do is keep 2 in here, and make it one big pen and have 2 in there. So that'll be 8, and then, we could maybe bring this path that's already here more this way, and then we could do another 2x1 right here. I think we might do that. I like the sounds of that. But for now, I'm going to build this one and the little 1x2 here, and then we'll see how crowded that looks. Then we'll decide if we want to do this one. So I'm going to get the layout for the second one down as well, because I'll have to do a bit of landscaping on this part right here. we've got a bit more of a foundation going now. So now that we've thought of the aesthetic sense of this build, I'm going to be thinking more about the practical aspect of it. In that when you're riding a horse, you need over 2 blocks of clear space to not take damage when you're like, I mean, like you can get through the block if you take damage, and I don't really want to have to do that every time. So the roof is going to have to start up here on like the 4th layer like that. So we're going to have the roof go around pretty much just the same as that, just on a smaller scale. So it'll go there, and then it'll link back to the left, and then same on that one. I'm thinking that's what we're gonna do. I think that'll look good. So I'm gonna up all these to the right level, do the roof, and then decide on the walls afterwards. I'm gonna do the walls last because I'm not really sure how I want to do them just yet, and I know how I want to do the roof, so I'm gonna do that while I think about it. So back with you guys then. So this is the format the roof's going to be. I said it was going to be the same as that, but I changed it a little bit. I wanted it to be a bit more of a curvature incline rather than just a straight line, kind of. I mean, it's not straight, but you guys get what I'm saying. So I've kind of curved it by just adding a full block in the middle there, and it kind of curves up the roof a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead do the outline with all stone like we did with that one. That's what I meant by we'll do it the same as that. Fill it in with all wood, and then I'll probably show you how it looks when it's all done. So the roofs are done, and it feels much more snug now, and I like the way it's all enclosed, kind of in a way. So now what we're going to do is work on the walls, and funny enough, while I was on the roof, I did manage to think of an idea. So, plan is to use fences like that, because that would still let the airflow through. Sorry, English words. Airflow through. There we are. And then we're going to use dark oak fence skates, and basically I'm just going to do that with all of them. So I'll fill it all in, and then we'll see how it looks once it's all done in bulk. So we got all the walls in. Filled it all in. I've moved all the horses over, and apparently they love spinning in circles, because they're all doing it. The path still looks fine, I think, so that's good. This is where the old path used to spread off to, so I haven't changed that yet, because we need to figure out some way to get over to this bridge. But I'm loving the way the walls look. It's nice and open, but still enclosed. Nothing's getting in or out. Yeah, only thing I don't like is all the horses are the same colour. So we'll have to get some new horses at some point. Next time I see any, I'll grab them. But I was meant to do that. But for now, I'd say I want to work on some lighting, because I don't want these torches like this when it's finished. I want some better lighting than just torches on the wall. So I want to work on some lighting and the floor, because I don't know if I want it to be just a path like it has been everywhere else. I think I might try and incorporate some stone in, similarly how we did it up here. Like just a bit of pathing, probably not this much as we get closer, probably more this much, I suppose. With some stairs in so it looks all worn in and whatnot like we did up there. Because horses, they're not light creatures, they're heavy. They're going to cause some dents in the floor. So, and I also want to get some hay bales scattered around, maybe some feeding troughs or some water troughs or something like that. I don't know. We'll see how we go, but we're going to get started on that. I'm just going to fiddle around, see how we go, see what pattern I like or style I like, and then I'll be back with you then. So as always, we've got our little midway intersect. So I've added in a bunch of stone bricks and stone brick stairs all in. If you're wondering what the hell this is my idea of a water trough. Tried to make it kind of small, use stairs to do it. Because you now place water in stairs in one of the newer features. And I wanted to do it for something, and I thought it turned out okay. Made it look like it was kind of coming up from in the ground in a way, I guess. I don't really know. That's just what I went with. Fill up a bit of space. got some hay bales. Put a couple in the big stall over there because it's going to be for the fancy horse when we eventually start breeding and get a really good one. But I've come across a little bit, just a little bit of a problem. I can't do path blocks underneath the fences. It just won't let me do it. You can hear the trigger. You ready? I can't do it. So I gotta find a new block to use as flooring. So what I'm thinking is I originally wanted the stalls to be grass, well, path blocks technically. But I can't do that because then it looks stupid having just a row of grass right there. So what I'm thinking is I might do the stalls as wood now and do the flooring as wood in the stall. That way it doesn't look weird, and then it also adds a bit of a familiar texture because we're already using it as like the steps in the path. So I'm gonna fill that in. I'll probably test it with one of these, see how it looks, and if it looks good, we'll do that. I'd say the flooring turned out pretty damn well. I'm liking the way it looks. I've kind of made it come out of the stall a little bit. I don't really know why, just to kind of mix up the textures. No logical reason behind it. I just thought it looked cool, rather than having it just have a straight flat line at the edge. I didn't really like the way it looked. But I'd say this turned out pretty well. I'm liking the way the floor looks. I didn't really want to put too much stone down on this bottom spot, so I just did one lot, because I wanted this to be like the main hub for the stable area. This is more of just a path leading down over to the farm. So now I want to change the lighting first of all. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to change it some way. And also just add in a little bit of vegetation here, there, and probably up around here as well. And probably right here, just to kind of fill in the area. I don't know what we're going to do with this big space yet, so I'm not going to do anything on that spot. So I'm going to go get all the materials I need for that, clear out this hot mess of an invent, and get started. Here we are, back at last. I have finished the stable area, I would say. We've vegetated these areas. I've added some vines to a couple of the corners. This one and this one just down here, right by the farm. Vegetated this small area. I didn't really have many flowers and plants and whatnot left, so pretty much vines. These purple ones and yellow was all I had to work with. So I tried to not do too much, and then we'll have to go out and gather some more flowers next time we want to do something like this. But I'd say it turned out pretty well. Now the lighting I struggled with. I decided to put torches up here inside the stables to light them up, because they were the difficult part, and then I didn't really know how to light the outside, so I kind of went back to the fence post torch style we had at the house, just over there, and I extended it up that path and also in here. This spot right here is the only part I'm really worried about. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes, but I'd say over here is pretty fine. We chucked in the saddle we've got, and as well as that, I also put the iron armor we had on one of the horses. I think that's about it. Now, I'll go over some suggestions in the comments is what we're going to do. So the first suggestion we had was to put glowstone under the water in the lake slash little river waterfall style thing we got going on. I thought that was a really cool idea. Light it up so we can see it at night. That was by, hang on, I've got it written down here. That was by a viewer known as Jolene. So thank you, Jolene. Gonna be doing that right now. On the way over, killed a skeleton. I got a pretty good bow. So we got a bow now, so that's pretty good. Well, we had one anyway, but now we've got an enchanted one. It saves me doing it. So I'm gonna fill in this with glowstone, and then we'll see how it looks at night. Right, so while we're waiting for nightfall, may as well move on to the next suggestion we had by a viewer. This one by Ruby. To name the dogs after my favourite direwolves. If you don't know direwolves, mythical creature, kind of like a giant wolf, pretty much. And I'll be naming them after ones from Game of Thrones, which is what the suggestion was. So this one on the left, I'm going to give a white die. We'll call that one Ghost after Jon Snow's direwolf, and then this one over here, we're going to give a purple die after Arya's direwolf, Nymeria. So we got Ghost and Nymeria as our mine guardians protecting our available loot in here. So we'll go back down to the lake slash waterfallish area, the farm. We're going back to the farm. So here we are, the dead of the night, moon's rising high, and frankly, to be honest, I don't think it changed all that much. Yeah, I don't really think it changed much at all. I think the lighting we had already lit up the water a fair amount. It's lit up like right above where it is, but other than that, it doesn't really extend very far out. But it was a worthy try. I liked where the idea was going, but it didn't really work. I'm gonna leave it all in there though, purely just because I really can't be bothered going back through. We'll leave it as is. Maybe at one point we'll get rid of all the lighting and see how it looks when we don't light it up around. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to this episode, guys. Like, subscribe, leave a comment with any more suggestions. May possibly do some more next episode if we get any. And I hope you guys like how the stables turned out.